CA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Gosh, I can't remember how long ago we discovered Shalom Park, Robin, and it was, I thought it was like a best kept secret. And then when we started talking about it on the air, everybody said, oh yeah, I've been there. Oh, I've been there. And where'd she go? She's not even in here. So I'm going to talk to Summer. Robin's not in here. Summer Best is in the studio. Summer is the marketing director for Shalom Park. And Robert Colen has been with us before. You are on the board of directors for Top of the World, which is, right? Did I say something wrong? Okay.
I work for On Top. There.
Sorry, okay.
Am I on? Okay. Am I on?
You're on now.
Okay, so I work for On Top of the World. My uncle Sidney's founded On Top of the World. My cousin Ken runs On Top of the World, but I'm on the board of directors for Shalom Park. Yes.
Okay. See, I'm always confused. And on the phone, let me make sure I introduce Chappie McChesney, a professional beekeeper. And good morning, Chappie. Good morning, Chappie.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
I live in Alachua.
Oh, in Alachua. Okay. Well, thank you all for being on the air with us. So we've got a couple of events we were promoting today.
Yes, sir.
Summer, what are we talking about? Something fun, right? Fun in the park?
Oh, my goodness. It's always fun at the park. The main thing we're talking about with Chappie, if he wants to kind of take the lead on this, is 1 o'clock Friday at Shalom Park. He's going to be talking about beekeeping and the importance of that.
Oh, really?
Yes, in all of our environments. So if I don't know, he wants to kind of take the lead on that. Chappie?
Chappie, are you going to teach us how to be beekeepers?
I would love to.
So can I be a beekeeper like an amateur, like a small-time gardener?
Let me warn you, Chappie says he can talk about bees for hours and hours and days.
Okay,
so, yeah.
all right. But can you would a beekeeper be somebody who does it professionally, or could I be like an amateur with a little thing in my backyard for honey or something?
Most of the beekeepers in Marion County are amateurs. They're beginning beekeepers. And that's one of the reasons I started this club in Ocala, the Marion County Beekeepers Club, so we can help educate new beekeepers on how to keep their bees alive.
How do you get the bees? Do you buy them, or do you attract them with certain plants?
You buy them, or, yes, we do. We set out traps. We catch feral bees. But you can buy bees on the Internet. But we recommend you be very careful and know where you buy your bees so you don't get inferior bees or sick bees.
Really? Doesn't the mailman ask you what that buzz is in the package? I'm not so sure what the answer was there.
How do you know what an inferior bee is?
What's an inferior bee? A B minus?
Well, yeah, it'd probably be an F, because a lot of times people sell sick bees. Sometimes they don't even know they're sick. Other times you'll buy bees. Like I said, they send them in the mail, and you get a call early in the morning from the postmaster say, please come get these bees, because people are afraid of bees. That's a natural, the way people have been raised. If it flies, if it stings, kill it.
So how would I'm sorry, how would I start? I mean, would I have to buy some equipment first? Or I would think I'd need to know something before I did anything, right?
You're right, Larry. You would attend the Marion County Beekeepers Club, and you'll get an education. We recommend people attend the meetings for at least a year to get some basic background, because beekeeping is not as easy as it was back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. We have a lot of pest disease and different problems, especially with pesticides. It's a bad problem today.
Okay, so let me ask you kind of I don't know if it's political or not, but a few years ago there was a few stories, more than a few stories, about the decline in the population of the numbers of bees. As an amateur beekeeper, do you, in a small way, contribute to the rehabilitation of the bee population?
Absolutely. All these new clubs that we founded, we're training hundreds of new beekeepers. And during that training process, many beekeepers don't know how to keep the bees in a hive. And every year, the honeybees, they want to reproduce. It's a natural instinct. So half the bees will leave that hive and start a feral colony somewhere. And that's why north central Florida, we have plenty of honeybees in our area.
Oh, really? Okay, so when they don't all hang around my place, they fly the coop and make their own place.
Absolutely, if you allow them to do that. That's a natural instinct to reproduce.
That's
Each
what I
hive
would do. If I was a bee, I would leave.
So when the bees leave, how do they know who's going to be promoted to the queen bee?
Well, when a hive splits, we call that a swarm, a split. The old queen is driven out of that hive. The queens don't rule the hive. It's a democracy.
Oh.
And yes, and the bees chase that old queen out, and then she'll take 60-70% of the bees with her. So if you have 50,000 bees in that hive, you might lose 20 or 30,000 bees in that swarm. And that old queen goes,
Wow.
and that hive is left behind. They'll make a new queen.
Wow, I never knew that.
That is cool.
That is fascinating. Okay, so is this part of one thing that you're doing, Summer?
It's one thing, yes. Thank you, Larry. To bring us back to Shalom Park, we're so happy that Chappie is doing this talk on Friday at 1 p.m. at Shalom Park in the main pavilion, and it's free. Anybody can come. And we can give more information as we go along.
Before you say anything, can I just make an offer?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow we do a gardening show on Tuesday, every Tuesday. So I want to make sure I give the gardening lady this information. She would love this. That's it, right there. Okay,
got it
I
right
will
here.
give it
Yes,
to her.
sir.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
No.
And then as we move forward, I would love to transition to the history of Shalom Park just for a few minutes with Robert, because he knows way more about Shalom Park than I do. But
Okay.
we provide everything free of charge so far. Hopefully we'll be able to continue to do that.
Okay,
But,
do we want to say goodbye to Chappie, or should we?
Chappie?
Yes,
Do
you can say goodbye to me. That's fine.
Okay,
Do we want to keep Chappie on the phone?
thank you.
We'll see you on Friday at 1 p.m. at the main pavilion at Shalom Park.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you.
And,
We
and,
are
we-
too.
and I just want to let you know, Chappie, we will continue to mention it because I think the gardening lady tomorrow will definitely be interested in this.
I'm sure they will, because without honeybees, they wouldn't have any garden.
That's right. Yeah, we talked about this actually quite often. So
And I do have one question for you, Chappie, about the Marion County Beekeepers Club. Do you have a website for them?
Yes, we do. Facebook page, Marion County Beekeepers Club on Facebook.
Oh, wonderful.
We
okay.
meet right there. We meet on top of the world, and Ken Nolan is kind enough to allow us to keep a couple hives of bees right there on property. So I teach a beekeeping class for Master to Possibilities. And after the classroom, we take the students out and open hives and show them bees working. So really, it's a great thing to get involved with. Master to Possibilities, that's a great school.
Yes,
And,
yes, we've heard of that. Yes.
And that does come down to masterthepossibilities.org. Right? .org. Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Chappie, we don't mean to keep you on if you don't need to be, but thank you so much for spending time with us today, and we'll send some people your way on Friday.
Thank you, Robert or Larry. Well, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And that's at 1 o'clock, Summer.
1 o'clock. Yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. And now, Summer, give us. I didn't mean to interrupt you and give you a little detour there, but I
Sure.
just
Yeah.
thought that would be the.
I was just thinking that Robert knows more about Shalom Park than anybody that I know besides anybody else in his family.
I have
So,
one
yes.
question about Shalom Park.
Sure.
Why is it spelled differently than we normally see the word?
That's a great question. So shalom, you would typically think SHALOM,
Right.
and that's the Hebrew pronunciation of the word peace or hello or goodbye, as it's said in Hebrew. But Shalom Park is actually named for Sidney Colen, or my great-great-grandfather, Sidney Colen's grandfather, Sholem Schenker.
Oh, okay.
And Sholem
Okay.
was from the Ukraine. He died in the Ukraine in the early 1900s. Sidney never met him, but he had heard so many wonderful memories of him from his mother, and he had always wanted to dedicate something to him, and he created the park and he named it for his grandfather.
So we're actually pronouncing it wrong, aren't we? It's Sholem
Well,
Park.
it's the same thing, and it means the same thing.
This
It's
is a great name to have.
Sholem or Shalom, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sorry.
But it is a peace park, and its purpose was created for the idea that people could go there and find some kind of semblance of inner peace, and with that little feeling, or the seed of peace, as I like to say, you can spread that out from your life. You can go there. You have anxieties, you're mourning, anything going on that's troubling you, anything that's going on that's great, and you just need some way of centering yourself. Shalom Park is a great place to go, and you feel something great inside you, and you take it out and you can spread that to your family and to your friends. And Sidney Colen's idea was that by making your life a little bit better, more peaceful, perhaps around you, you can make the world a better place.
Yeah.
And that took off of a Jewish tradition called Tikkun Olam, which is to heal the world.
Let's hope the whole world gets the message.
Sydney believed and hoped that there would be other Shalom parks.
Yeah. Wow. What a wonderful story. And when did you break the ground, so to speak, on the park?
The park started construction in 2001. It opened to the public in 2004. He had probably been thinking about it for about 60 years prior to the start of it.
Wow. And how has it changed since then?
Well, we've gone through a number of different park managers, and we've developed things. The formal garden was the first to be built, and we built a pond and the labyrinth that's out there. The things that have changed really more have been horticulturally based. In the last year, we made a commitment to start having events at the park. We wanted to start bringing people into Shalom Park because while we had something like 100,000 people come out to the park a year, and we'd measured that by car traffic, we really wanted people in Marion County to understand that this was a gift to the community. We wanted everyone to experience Shalom Park, and we don't charge anything to come there. It's really something
I love it. We've been there a few times. I have a question about the koi. Are they koi? The big goldfish? Are they
Yeah.
koi?
The very big koi.
They're koi and goldfish.
There's little wires there. Is that to prevent fishers?
Birds.
Oh, birds.
Oh, birds.
Fishers, birds, yeah.
Fisher. I mean, human fishermen.
No, birds.
Okay.
So we used to have egrets that they nested in the tree above,
And they just
and
steal
would
them?
just sit there and poach them.
We had them. Do you remember when we used to do the broadcast on the Cascades?
Yes, sure.
Remember there was a little pond out there, and
Right.
there was fish in that pond, and there was a few birds that would sit on that rock. Well, my mom came one time, and she was on that little bridge. She was throwing food to the fish, and then the bird came and ate the fish. And she was like, "Oh no!" She felt like she was an accomplice to fish being eaten. I didn't know that those wires would stop the. How does the wire stop the birds?
That was people come over and they feed the fish right there off the deck. And they drop we have fish food for them.
I see.
So they're all coming over there. So the birds would come over there and just stand.
To prevent my mom's circumstance.
Right. So if the wires are there, they can't just stand there because they can't really walk around. I have had people complain and sent letters to us saying this is cruel to the birds, but never had a bird get hurt from it. So
It's a peace park.
it is. We've had ducks in the pond as well, and those got eaten by bobcats. And
Oh, my.
Oh my God.
as I like to say, the bobcats had a different interpretation of peace.
What is,
Yeah, I bet.
What is there a philosophy behind Top of the World? I've often wondered about that. Is like the roads are so wide. Are you expecting a parade or something?
Well, and if you go to the Top of the World in Clearwater,
Always a parade.
Golf
Every
cart.
day.
if you go to the Top of the World in Clearwater, which is a condominium community, and there's roughly about 6,000 condo units there, the roads are wide there too. And it just was, I guess, a safety feature, and you wouldn't have traffic. If ambulances had to get through, there wouldn't be any problems with people blocking up traffic. So
Yeah.
it was just
It's a beautiful place. It's so
Yeah.
peaceful. Yeah. I've have to always get permission to go in. I've helped people move. You know what it's like when you're a big guy?
Yes.
Would you help me move? I've got 13 friends that'll help. You know how many people show up, Summer?
You?
That's right.
Robin.
One.
Yeah.
Robin shows
Larry
up.
and I, we go. That's us.
I do.
Are you an artist?
Am I?
Yeah. There's an
No,
art thing
but
on
I do
here.
happen to have a
She's a
horse
writer.
trailer, and so sometimes you do get those phone calls. Can you help me move? And you're like,
Oh, yeah. There
I'm
you
out
go.
of town. I'm not sure. I got to check. So, yes. So the second thing we wanted to get to was a call for volunteers for an event that we have coming up at Shalom Park on May 21st.
Uh-huh.
And we're calling that Fun at the Park, Music and Art.
That's why I was asking about the art. So are you a musician?
I sing occasionally in the shower, yes. And we are looking for some volunteers for that. And then also, we still have a few places open for some artists to actually participate with us.
So you sound like an activities director in a way. No?
I'm not look to him. I'm not.
No?
She's whatever she decides to be on that day. Her job and her role when coming in was to promote the park and to create events that would draw people so
Oh,
they got to
okay.
experience Shalom Park.
We-
And she's done an amazing job.
Well, thank you for that. The last event we had in February, we attracted 2,800 people, we think. And so we're excited that we have more people coming to just enjoy the park. And everything was free of charge, and we're hoping to be able to keep that going just to share. just to share. The park is 44 acres, and it's gorgeous.
It is really beautiful.
So anything I can do.
44. I guess I haven't seen the whole thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this next event we think will be much smaller, kind of on the south side, more of the park.
The formal garden area.
It's in the
Yes.
evening, though, which is unusual for an event.
4 to 7.
Well, it's the end of May, so we don't want people to dehydrate.
It gets pretty hot. It gets pretty hot.
So when you have your call for artists, are these going to be plein air artists that'll be painting, or are they craft booths, or what are you
as
asking
of right now,
for?
2 are plein air artists, and we will not have more than 20. So we're thinking between 15 and 20. But it's coming up pretty quick, so if anybody is interested, then you need to get in touch with me as fast as possible, and then I can give you my email address if that would be helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so it's my first name, Summer, Summer.
You have a great name, by the way, Summer Best.
I hear that all the time, and
That's a
I
great
can't take credit for it because I came with that. But
It's almost as good as Shalom. That's a great name. Yeah.
SUMMER _ best, BEST, at OTOWFL.com. And it's kind of complicated to hear that, but so Summer _ best at Summer _ best at OTOFL.com.
Okay.
So you're looking for artists to bring their booths and their expertise on the day, but you're also looking for volunteers. So for that particular day, what are the volunteers going to be doing?
We have several different assignments for volunteers, but one of the main ones that I would like to be able to provide for our artists is to be booth sitters. So if an artist sets up their booth and it's 10 by 10 or 12 by 12 or whatever it might be, then they could feel like they could go to the restroom, or
Yeah,
they could
right.
go get food,
Yeah, sure.
or whatever it might be. So that would be the main thing. I don't think we're looking for volunteers for parking.
Oh, okay.
Because that's a really
So
big
parking's
responsibility.
okay?
So I'm trying to visualize the
Sure.
event. So you have tents with artists.
They will have to provide their tents.
Okay.
Yes.
But spaces for them. Do they pay for those spaces?
Nope.
Oh, wow. So you just go out there and show, and are they allowed to sell their art?
They are, but we do not see this as kind of a bazaar kind of a thing. Like,
Yeah, how do you govern that? That's what I'm thinking.
because
That's your job?
Just ask them.
Some of them, okay, we do a lot of, announcements. So sometimes it'll say fine arts only, and others will say crafts okay. Are crafts okay here?
yes, multimedia.
Okay, so that would mean the person who can make the bracelets is allowed.
Sure.
Okay.
We just want family-friendly art.
Okay, no nudes.
Funny you said that. No. I'm
Okay.
sure that's very crafty, but not for this one.
All right, so I just want to make sure I understand everything. So this Friday is the beekeeping
Yes, sir.
lessons.
Yes, sir.
At 1 o'clock, he's only going to give the one presentation that starts at 1.
1 and goes to 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're promoting 2 events basically. That one and the fun at the park.
We're not seeking volunteers for the one on Friday. I think we just kind of have that covered.
Okay.
But the 21st, we do seek some volunteers. So.
Okay. So the volunteers basically going to be booth sitters.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be sitting in a booth?
No.
No.
Are you out of town that day?
I don't have the patience to. I just walk around. But I got young boys, and they're going to drive me crazy. So
Are you going to have food vendors there?
We will. Yes, ma'am. And that is the only thing you would have to pay for is if you want to buy food.
Oh, what kind of food do you have?
Box.
Bucks?
Box.
Box.
What?
We're still working through this, so I mean,
What are you selling?
chicken.
box sandwiches,
Sandwiches.
croissants, cheese, fruit.
Oh, you're making them. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to have like food trucks or things like that.
We're not going to do food trucks, I don't think, for this
Because
event.
trucks would ruin the whole. I mean, I love the food trucks, but
It's because we're
driving on the park grounds.
So they come through a back gate, but it's
Oh, okay.
sit out a little distance.
Will you be having docents on this Friday, because you also say that it's National Public Gardens Day? So will there be docents there that'll take people on tours so you can show them the different gardens and things?
They are welcome to travel at their leisure.
Oh, okay. Okay. That'll be super
Have
interesting.
you ever gotten word that there was 2 people out there playing accordion and mandolin just sitting on one of the benches?
I never heard that.
You ever heard that?
We had a lady doing some adult pictures there once, though.
Oh, my.
Really?
Oh, my. That knocks
We waited
us
till
out
she
of the
finished
water.
before we asked her not to leave.
You mean paintings or photographs?
Photographs.
Was there a model?
She was the model, and she had a photographer.
We saw one on the Silver River.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah. She had
Yeah,
a
it
big
was,
towel over her.
Yeah.
And I said to Robin, I think that's going to be a naked picture.
Yeah. And it was.
Shalom Park is a family event
Yes, it's a
all
family
the time.
thing.
All the
Yeah,
time.
but it's peaceful. Yeah, it was Robin and I with the accordion mandolin.
Yeah.
We love it because sometimes we want to practice and we don't want to sit in a garage or something. So you guys have this beautiful empty space.
And we would welcome it if they wanted to come out with a violin or something and sit on the stage and play. That'd be great.
Oh, you mean during this event?
No, during any time. Any day of the week, you just came out and you played your violin. It'd be lovely.
But you have musicians coming to this event, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you said
Yes.
chamber style music. So what kind of musicians will be there?
Yes, we have Miranda Madison and the official name. I'm trying to think. It's Jazz Ocala Jazz 3 Trio, and
Oh,
they will
okay.
be there. They'll be in the formal garden, and then we also have another group that will be opening acts for us. So yes,
Okay. And what does the other group do?
violin.
Oh, okay. And what does Miranda Madison play?
Oh gosh, Miranda's great.
Jazz.
Oh, okay.
We
so
don't
she's
know what
very
kind of
versatile.
instrument.
Okay.
Just jazz. Could be a jazz kazoo.
That's right. Exactly.
I'm not representing her very
Don't
well
be
right now. I'm
strangers. You
trying
guys-
to.
I love Shalom Park. Shalom Park. Now I know how to say it.
Shalom is fine.
It's like
Sholem would be really the pronunciation, but shalom is also accurate.
But you know the McPherson complex? We're also saying that wrong. Have you ever heard that? It's McPherson. The lady it's named after, Alice B. McPherson.
McPherson.
Yeah, but we all say McPherson. Fearsome.
If someone wants to come out just to volunteer at the park, can they contact you as well? Because sometimes that's really good therapy for someone that's going through a loss.
Yes, and that's, I guess, the message that I should probably try to say today is that we get caught up in the administration and the management of the park, and I forget. I don't know if you forget, but I forget the thought that was put into the park, and it's really special when I hear stories from people who say, I got married out there, or I bought this tribute bench because I loved it there and I walked there every day. And I think that memory thing is something that I need to think more about. Because people do love it, and
Yeah,
there are so
yeah.
many different memories and tributes that go out down there.
Gosh, for those who are listening who never have gone, you really got to
Please
check it
do.
out. It's a beautiful park. It's
free.
Kind
Free.
of it's
every day of the year.
It's not a secret, but it is a secret. A lot of people don't know about it. So if you get a chance, go out there. And how do I tell them? I know how to get there, but how do you describe how to get there?
That's exactly what
the
he just
easiest
wrote.
way. Yes, can't give her the address, but you go down 200 towards Southwest 200. You make a right turn on Southwest 80th Avenue. It's 3 miles up on your left.
Yeah.
And there's a white fence, and you'll see the entrance.
And
And,
this-
if you come from the other direction, you would know where Westport High School is.
Yeah,
Yes.
You'd be right around the corner from that. So
Well, so much right around, about 2 miles from.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's getting so much building over there lately too,
Yeah.
right? You even got more now from what's that place called? It used to be Park Place. Now it's called something
Emeritus.
else.
Emeritus, and now we're built. There's another assisted living place going right next to that, with a nursing home and a independent living, and
Oh
Right.
my.
so yeah.
Is that part of On Top of the World community?
It's not. We sold the property to them, but it is. It's not.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you for coming in to tell us about this. We'll continue to promote this one as well. Chappie, if you're listening, thank you. And Robert and Summer, thank you both for coming in today.
Thank you so much.
Anything we can do to help you promote these things, we love promote. I'd
Always.
rather talk about this than war or politics. And
yes, yes, and yes, sir.
thank you both. All right, we'll be right back.